Had you have my heart? All you're looking for is me. Can't tell me what you need. Boy, you know just who you are. Hold my hand, don't go too far. All you're looking for is me. Can't tell me what you need. What you babe, 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 what you need, babe, babe. Tell me what you need, babe, 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 what you need, what you need.
I don't know who's Margot.
Water use and pollution. To start, we all use water for drinking, washing, cleaning, cooking, and growing food, making it our most precious resource for survival. What adds to that daily household water use is that even more water is used by industries to generate electricity, manufacture products, and transport people and goods. All of the water that we use comes from local lakes, rivers, streams, or underground aquifers. Depending on your city and state, how we use water depends on the purpose at hand. We use water in different aspects. First is the household water uses. Common household uses consume a lot of water. Example is to washing dishes, flushing toilet, and using shower and bathing. It may take between 30 and 40 gallons for one bath, while the average toilet uses about 5 gallons of water per flush. Much of our residential freshwater resources are also used for watering lawns, flower beds, and vegetable garden, as well as washing cars and filling swimming pools. Also, it should be noted that many people use chemicals on lawns and gardens before watering with freshwater resources. This practice washes the chemicals of the plants into storm drains and straight into rivers and streams where fish make their homes. This kind of polluted water can kill fish and wildlife. Next is the water use in communities. Cities use water for firefighting, street cleaning, and watering public areas such as parks, grass, trees, shrubs, and flowers. Water is also used to fill public drinking fountains, including those at schools and libraries. All of the different businesses in your community also use large amount of water. Think about all the water that is used by restaurants, hospitals, laundries, dry cleaners, golf courses, hotels, car washes, beauty shops, barber shops, gas stations, and health clubs, as well as all of the other businesses in town. This all add up to quite a big demand on the local water supplies. Next is the uses of water in farming. The amount of water needed to run a farm is tremendous. When you think water on a farm, we think of watering crops, but the amount of water needed on a dairy farm is just as large. Chickens, pigs, sheep, and all the other animals in a farmyard need drinking water to stay alive. Food must be grown for them to eat, and water is also required in the cooling system used to keep the production of meat fresh. Vegetable and grain crops also require water. Water is used in spreading fertilizers, herbicides, and pesticides, which produce a greater crop yield, which also contaminates the water. Most of the water used on farms is used for irrigation. Study shows that by using drip irrigation, farmers can conserve up to 60% of water that it would normally take to irrigate their crops using other systems of irrigation. Next is the uses of water in generating electricity. Electricity is generated by using the kinetic energy of flowing water is called hydroelectricity. Thus, the electric power that is generated is called hydroelectric power. Electricity is generated from flowing water at a hydroelectric power plant. A high dam is constructed on one side of the reservoir to hold back water. A generator house is at the base of the dam on its other side. Water flows down through pipes from near the top of the dam to generator house below. It strikes the blades of water turbine with tremendous speed, making it rotate. The turbine rotates the shaft of a generator to which it is connected. This makes the generator produce electricity. In this way, the kinetic energy of flowing water is used to rotate the turbine, and the rotational kinetic energy is converted into electrical energy. Hydroelectric plants capture the kinetic energy of falling water to make electricity and are the largest users of the water. The first is how far the water must fall to turn generators, and the second is the quantity of water that is falling. The higher the dam, the farther the water must fall, and more electric power is produced. If the water has to fall twice as far, there will be twice as much electricity generated. The quality of water that falls also affects the amount of power electricity generated. The quantity of water that falls also affect the amount of power produced. The more water that flows through the turbines, making them spin, the more electric power is produced. Next is the water uses in industry. Water is also essential in industry, as it is heated and the steam is used to run machinery. Water is used to cool hot metal such as in the production of steel. Water is also an important element in many products like chemicals, drugs, lotions, shampoos, cosmetics, cleaners, and also beverage. Water is used in processing food and in innumerable factories and industrial processes including the manufacturing of paper. Water used in processing foods and beverages must be absolutely clean, while other industries such as manufacturing plant may use a lower quality of water. Next is the recreation and transportation uses of water. Many people enjoy fishing, boating, sailing, canoeing, rafting, and swimming, as well as many other recreational activities that depend on water. Many people also use boats and ferries to commute to and from work every day, while others enjoy going on cruise ship or just going sailing. Failing to conserve water can eventually lead to a lack of an adequate healthy water supply, which can have drastic consequences in rising costs, reduced food supplies, health hazards, and political conflict. And now, let's talk about water pollution. Water pollution may be defined as alteration in physical, chemical, and biological characteristics of water, which may cause harmful effects on human and aquatic life. There is also called the pollutants of water. First is the disposal of sewage and sludge into water bodies such as rivers, streams, and lakes. Inorganic compounds and minerals by mining and industrial activities. Use of chemical fertilizers for agricultural purposes. Synthetic organic compounds from industrial, agricultural, and domestic garbage. Oil and petroleum from tankers, accident, offshore drilling, combustion engine, and etc. And now we will conclude how we can prevent water pollution. First is environmental education. Individuals and the masses should be educated about the significance of the quality of water and its impact on the economy, the society, and ecology. Next is the sewage treatment. The household water should be treated properly to make it environmentally safe. Necessary steps should be taken to ensure that effective sewage treatment process is put in place and contaminated water doesn't get mixed with the freshwater bodies. Accountability of industrial units. The industrial setup should make provisions for treatment of waste materials and water and for its safe drainage. Afforestation. Planting trees can reduce the water pollution to a large extent as they check surface soil runoff by running water. Soil conservation. Soil conservation adds mineral and inorganic substances in the surface and underground water. Soil conservation is therefore a useful technique to reduce water pollution. Reduce use of chemical fertilizers. Chemical fertilizers add nitrates in water bodies. Use of compost manures can help reduce the problem of eutrophication in the water bodies. Financial support. Governments should make provisions for adequate funds to the civic bodies for water pollution control. So as a human, we must conserve water for the future generation.